Hello, and welcome to the fourth segment on emotional wellness, techniques for the management of emotional wellness, presented by Northeast Delta Human Services Authority, the Department of Prevention and Wellness. I am Nina Littleberry, grief counselor with Northeast Delta Human Services Authority, and I will be the facilitator for this emotional wellness segment. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to view and listen to the previous emotional wellness segments, don't worry, this segment serves as an overall review for much of the information previously presented. During your leisure time, please take the opportunity to listen to the previous emotional wellness segments on Northeast Delta Human Services Authority various social media platforms. Throughout this emotional wellness segment, you will hear me refer to Doctors Gardare and Kulakowski as the information in this segment is sourced to their emotional wellness expertise. Let's take a look at some techniques for the management of emotional wellness, as well as recognizing the signs of being emotionally balanced. Sometimes it's difficult to understand what causes negative emotions to spring up. It might feel like emotions or moods come and go with no reason. Taking time to become aware of certain thoughts or environmental triggers that cause negative emotions will allow you to understand and manage your emotional health better. Did you know that something as simple as a certain smell or song could trigger a negative emotion? If emotional awareness and management is an area you feel you need to improve, there are some activities you can do to help you better understand your emotional self. For example, talk therapy with a qualified professional, guided meditation. You can do this by the use of mindfulness apps on your cell phone or listening to calming music, journaling, or even spending time alone to focus on your thoughts and feelings. While we all get in a bad mood once in a while, and there's nothing abnormal about that, however, constantly maintaining a negative attitude will only eat away at your inner happiness. If you keep a negative mind frame long enough, nothing will ever seem like a good situation when you only focus on the bad. Noticing how often you think or say negative things is the first step towards having a positive attitude. So let's start addressing this by limiting the amount of negative thoughts and speech we tend to use on a daily basis. Here are a couple of suggestions to assist you with doing this. Try keeping a journal or asking a friend or family member to point out when you are being negative. According to Dr. Jeffrey Gardare, psychologist, the management of one's emotional wellness should include building a social support network. Grow your circle of friends to expand your support system. Dr. Gardare reported, it's very important that you have a support group of friends and family. You need people who you can talk to about your problems, people who will listen to you when you need to get things off your chest, so that you know you're not alone in whatever it is. Set weekly goals. Dr. Gardare says, manage your time by setting weekly goals. If you make a schedule and set goals for yourself for the week, you will be more on top of your days. And when you are more on top of your days, you are more on top of your life. As you cross off the tasks on your to-do list, you will feel a sense of accomplishment, which will help reduce stress. Dr. Gardare advises to get enough sleep. Sleep to maintain energy and increase productivity. According to Dr. Gardare, people who get a good night's sleep oftentimes wake up with more energy and tend to be more productive. If you are overly tired, every task and responsibility can seem exaggerated, and even small problems will feel like big ones. Exercise. Regularly get moving to improve mood and lessen anxiety. Any form of exercise that you enjoy will do. Dr. Gardner reported that regular exercise works as a good partner for people who are on medication. Exercise also works well for people who have mild or moderate depression and don't need to be on medication. Think of it as a great tool for stress management. Try relaxation methods. According to Dr. Gardner, meditation and yoga are effective activities for stress management. Deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation are some additional stress-reducing techniques. If you are unsure of how to get started with these exercises, take a class or see tutorials on the internet and learn how to practice on your own for approximately 30 minutes 3 times a week. Keeping boundaries. Establishing boundaries with people in your life will contribute to your mental well-being. There will be times when people will cross the line, and it is up to you to tell them what is and is not acceptable for you. It does not make you a bad person to express to a loved one or a friend how you feel about a situation. Advocating for yourself and your emotional needs will keep you from feeling overwhelmed by other people's expectations and behaviors. Self-acceptance. Sometimes the expectations you set for yourself are more than the expectations others have for you. Just like with negative thoughts in general, becoming aware and then learning how to manage negative self-talk is key to learning how to accept you. Lastly, seek help. If you are suffering from emotional distress, it's okay to ask for help. Keeping emotional toil to yourself does not define a mentally or physically strong person. Talking to someone you trust oftentimes can be enough to ease the negative emotions brought on by a bad day. If more help is needed, seeking the advice of a mental health professional may be very helpful. And this doesn't mean you are weak. It means you are strong enough to do something about taking care of your mental health. Once you get into a routine of practicing techniques for the management of your emotional wellness, you should start to see signs of being emotionally balanced. Dr. Shannon Kulikowski, psychologist, identifies 7 signs of emotional wellness. First, you treat others well. Viewing other people with compassion and treating them with kindness is a hallmark of your own well-being. It means you tend to be sensitive to the needs and feelings of other people, and you think it is important to help others. For example, you will lend a hand to someone in need, even if it's as small as returning their wallet to the front desk of a hotel lobby, or smiling and making small, friendly conversation with the person standing next to you in line. Secondly, you like who you are. You are aware of your strengths, your weaknesses, and you're okay with your inner self. The person you show to the outside world is reflective of who you are on the inside. Third, you are flexible. You are able to assess a situation mindfully. You notice your surroundings, your emotions, and others' reactions to a given situation. And then you use these factors to decide what the best course of action is. With colleagues, friendships, or your kids, flexibility is knowing that sometimes you need to talk things out. And sometimes it's best to let a situation cool off. You stand up for yourself when need be, but you're also able to let others have the last word. You know how to have tough conversations and set boundaries, but you also know when to let things go. Fourth, you hold gratitude for your loved ones. Holding gratitude is a way of purposefully looking at your life with a sense of appreciation for what you have rather than focusing on what you are lacking. Fifth, You are in touch with your emotions. It is okay to embrace your emotions of sadness, anger, anxiety, joy, fear, excitement. These emotions are a natural and normal part of life. Being in touch with your emotions allows you to handle and acknowledge your difficult emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them or by denying that your emotions exist. You know, it is normal to have periods of stress. You know how to manage and express yourself when you feel upset, and you know who you can go to get comfort or help. 6. You have meaning in your life. Leading a purposeful life is about having a passion, a mission, or larger meaning to your life. This happens when you use your strengths to help something you believe in. It might be volunteering with kids, being involved in politics, being an active part of your religious group, contributing to your neighborhood, a child's school, or competing in a marathon or triathlon for a good cause. And finally, you value experiences more than possessions. People who tend to highly value attaining wealth, popularity, or attractiveness tend to be less well off emotionally than people who value self-fulfillment and being there for others. This means that while you might have goals for career and financial security, you also may highly value time with your family and friends. Now, let's take a look at what an emotionally balanced day could possibly look like. Thank you for participating in this segment on emotional wellness provided by Northeast Delta Human Services Authority, the Department of Prevention and Wellness. Again, I am Nina Littleberry, grief counselor with Northeast Delta Human Services Authority. Grief counseling is a service provided by Northeast Delta Human Services Authority, the Department of Prevention and Wellness. We look forward to your future participation and engagement with Northeast Delta Human Services Authority as the agency continues to provide educational information on various social issues as it relates to mental health and substance abuse disorders.